Hey guys, welcome back, Ayo, Ben here. Shit, oh, thought I added fucking nose cones to this. There we go. Problem fixed. Ghetto fairings, again. I like my ghetto fairings. I'm going with the Saturn V method of getting shit into orbit. Specifically the lander. Because NASA was right. Unless you can dock, using the constellation stuff is not going to work. These all go here. These go here. This goes here. Let me go to crew and... Sorry, Jeb. We're sending Alan Kerman to the moon this time. Because we've still got some science to get on the moon. Probably should have set up an abort function, but... meh. Not really worth it just yet. If you're wondering what I'm drinking, it's Dr. Pepper. And while we're waiting, guess I can say one of the long-term projects I'm working on, I'm still doing the math for it, is I'm trying to design a single launch to Eve mission with a landing. And it's planned to return don't fall over, don't fall over, don't fall over. Okay. And I've tested the amount of delta V required for this mission that I'm planning to Eve. Oh shit. Revert the flight to the VAB. Yeah, I added struts there. That's bullcrap. Seriously, I lost like half my... Close enough. I added struts here. There. Okay. Now I can save it. Now I can launch it. And what happened... wait, what? Oh, I was talking about my planned mission to Eve, and... I checked my math again. I double checked it. Should require about a little bit less than 22,000 meters per second of delta V. Most of that is actually getting to Eve. And of course I've got an extremely heavy lander up here. Shit, and I forgot to replace it. Replace the pilot. Revert flight to the VAB. I'm sorry, I gotta change out my pilot. I don't like reverting, trust me. But wish there was a feature that would let the pilot stay and go to parts. Okay, thank you. Save and now launch. I'm working on a lander design. However, it's currently only got about 7,200 meters per second of delta V. And that's just the lander. My lander could get into Kerbal orbit. Okay? And I'm hoping this can actually make it. This game is going to be so much easier once I actually get these parts. Okay, Alan, you're going to the moon. And I think I'll continue this mission up until I get to a reasonable point to cut. Man, I probably should have added more stuff. I'm having these flow in. I'm doing some asparagus staging. But, I mean, I don't believe it's an extremely efficient method. I've got these feeding out into the center one. God, this thing needs to pick up some velocity fairly quickly. It really does need... These boosters should last much longer than they are. I'm wondering if I should have added 8 instead of 4, but... Oh, we might reach 100 meters per second. Maybe I should just go back to my old system. Of the one that actually got me to the moon on my Athena XI mission. Yeah, I really shouldn't have changed anything of that. But, you know what, I wanted progress, and I wanted more power in my lifter stages. And honestly, I probably could get away with maybe cutting this stage out in favor of just using this stage and bring it a lot closer, but you know what? I did what I did, and no one's going to change that. Don't crash into the damn thing. Don't crash in. Yes. And of course we're losing velocity. Yeah, this was not good. Well, I mean, we're not losing velocity fast enough for it to honestly matter too much. Okay, maybe just a tiny bit. I'm gonna cut here real quick. And we're back, and guess what? It actually turns out we're not falling back to Earth. I actually just cut out. I have not touched the flight or anything. What you saw there was pretty much its lowest point in terms of velocity. I mean, I guarantee you I've got enough delta V in this thing to get up, but... ugh. We've drifted a tiny bit, of course. I mean, we're at least moving up now. And I've got plenty of fuel. Though we are pretty much at our apoapse. I'm not going to dare do time acceleration. Of course, we all love my ghetto fairings. God, maybe... See, this is what happens when you change parts and stuff. And try new things. No. I can't wait till I get the NASA parts. Or the big liquid engines. Because I've got a lifter stage that works beautifully and... allows my lander to work really well. Oh, and you'll also notice I've got lights. I know I probably shouldn't do this, but I'm just testing my landing gear here. If this were Ferrum Aerospace, that would have crashed my ship. No, it would have done a number on it. Wow. This stage is supposed to last a lot longer. This was designed to be the stage that at least gets me up into the stratosphere. This is... now I've got to think about what the layers of the atmosphere are called. This would be like the ionosphere. This is definitely stratosphere. Troposphere, that's what it's called. Troposphere. And this would be like the, there's no fucking aerosphere. Actually, I don't know, what the last upper layer is called, and that's called space. Well, we're at least doing well now in terms of velocity. I'm not sure what this stage is going to be, but it's... Thing is, I really like my solid fuel boosters, because I like solid fuel boosters. But earlier, I was on Reddit today looking at r/Mindcrack, and the reason why I was there is because I like the Mindcrack guys, and I saw they did a UHC thing. Somebody posted up UHC stats for how often the Mindcrackers go to the bathroom during UHC, or how long it takes them on average, something like that. And it came down to, some of these guys are quick. It's like, well, judging by this, we know which ones are, pissing in a bottle. I'm like, and somebody else is like, well, Jay Sando being a nurse probably wouldn't have a problem handling bottles full of urine. Yeah, this isn't in verbatim, and he didn't mention his name explicitly, but the comment above it did, so he was making a connection, blah, 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 blah. And then I was like, you know, pissing in a bottle is not a big deal, as long as you remember which bottle is piss and which bottle you're drinking from. Stage. Wait for those to clear. And slight gravity turn, And of course, the next guy who comments just so happens to be. Mm, I'm not gonna say the next comment. You have to read it to believe it. You really do. Oh man, this stage has a crap load of fuel. But what really makes me nervous is that we're getting really close to our apoaps, and we're slowing down too quickly to recover. Oh man, this is recycle it. And maybe at about, let's take it down to about 10,000 meters, at which point I'll go ahead and do the material study. That really doesn't help us. Well, this mission sucked. I'll go ahead and redesign it, and I'll come back to you later. Hey, welcome back. We did have to change our lifter stage. As you can see, no solid rocket boosters. And what's this? Actually took a little bit of fuel off. But there's also no mid-stage, as I like to call it. Go ahead. I've already checked the stage. I'm just going to go ahead and lift off. Oh, that's not good. How does that not have enough thrust? Well, this is actually kind of funny. I'm not going to lie. I'm doing this because of a glitch, not because I want to. I know we're not using any of the fancy parts that I got. But we're going to go with what actually got us there. So, don't tell me I should use a better engine, because honestly, I'm already using the best system I can in terms of the fact that now I'm actually going to get there. So I'm going to rename this XVIII. We're going to get Jebediah out, put Al. Actually, no, I don't want Alan in there. We're going to save this. I'm just going to spam click that. And because I've already got the staging set up, because I've used this mission before. Sorry about the snacking, I'm hungry. Because this actually got us there, I'm not going to complain about it. Go ahead, toggle on SAS. And there we go. So much better, I think. And very, very loud. Like I said, this is actually going to get us there, so I have no problems with this. Let's see, we're losing velocity, but we're high enough up and we had so much that it's not really that big of a deal. Despite the fact that we still get down pretty low. So I guess I'll cut till I get into orbit. Hey guys, welcome back. I just wanted to show you this. This was actually the only tenuous bit of launching the this rocket. Because if you can see, I'm having to, even though I'm traveling that way quite a bit, I'm having to direct most of my thrust directly upwards in order to even get into an orbit. However, at this point, I can safely start turning over just a tiny bit. Yeah. Now if I go over to the orbital map, This actually works fairly well, despite my extremely late gravity turn. I don't have a materials bay on this one, but that's not that big of a deal, honestly. And this provides us significant amounts of thrust here. And I'm actually going to throttle it down a bit. I'm actually tempted to just burn as much as I can. X. I'm going to fast forward pretty much to our Apple apps. And just burn as much as I can. And since we're most of the way there, we should reach our 2,200 meters per second. It's necessary. I don't care that we're going to cross our Apple apps. We should easily reach. Easily reach our orbital velocity, at least I hope. Maybe I should have continued to burn. And this should help us quite a bit. This stage definitely has more than enough fuel to do the job of landing on the moon. I've landed with that. I landed it with half a tank, as you saw. So it easily can bring us where we need to go. I don't even think we're going to see. I think we'll easily reach our orbital velocity. Yeah, since we've still got 10,000 meters to go before we descend. Yeah, see, we're about to get a periapse. Yeah. Like I said, as long as that reaches space, I don't care. By 72. I just want to burn to make that 75 because that's considered safe. Okay. Staging, and see, we've got plenty of fuel. So we're actually going to go here. Set the moon as our target. 2 degrees. Okay, so this is for planning maneuvers. Okay, so when we get to around here, which is 90 degrees, moon will be over here. So I'm banking on it being about right there. Yep. I want to play around with it. That's fine by me. So we're going to go to our staging. And flip around to what is currently our retrograde. F to hold that. I'm gonna. Whoa. Well, under acceleration. I'm not under acceleration. And warp this until about maybe a minute out. And at 45 seconds, I'll actually start the burn. Come on, flip around. But we're actually going to see the moon. Rise, and we will wait this out, and actually starting it just a tiny bit early if I'd... Okay, well, I'll see you all in next episode.